It's recording.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we can. Here's a question. Stop recording for a second.
Nope.
Started.
Nope.
Okay. Now I know you can't swear within the first 30 seconds.
That's TikTok, not YouTube.
I thought it was YouTube. I thought Nick said it was YouTube.
Like that's like every rap song would be pulled.
Well, I guess it's probably monetization, probably.
Yeah. We're not monetized yet.
Part of the video off flipping it off, so I didn't know if that was going to get us in trouble. So
we'll find out.
Okay, it's a good experiment.
Yep, because I haven't stopped recording. I'm not going to. So
fuck it, we'll do it live. Have you seen that video, Dane, of Bill O'Reilly?
No, no.
Quality has. Luke?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen it. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Yeah. It's great, dude. It's a good video.
Well, welcome to the Abandoned Cockpit. That is our title now. The reason I came up with that idea, it just came out of my mouth, like as a way of saying that, like, the world's pretty much falling apart. And it's kind of like whenever you're on a plane, and you're like, who the hell's flying this? You go up to the cockpit and it's empty, and you're just like, oh shit. Like that's what my idea was for it. So I don't know if that's like how you guys took it too, but
no, I just thought it was funny, so I was like, we're going with it.
Yeah,
I think my man submarine or something like that.
Well, the reason I liked it is because it's like
because it had the word cock in it.
Yeah, that was the main reason why I like it. No, it was short, like the cocks I like, and also I'm just kidding. I don't like short cocks. I like giant cocks, giant. But no, I did like the name. By the way, I don't like cocks at all.
Just one.
I don't even like mine.
No. Are pretty offensive, just overall.
Oh, Bjorn.
Yes.
I brought Mr. Boston.
Oh, I got a Liney's.
Luke, $4.
$4 for Mr. Boston,
and it's a liter. I buy it not because I like it, but because it's $4.
What do they like? Pull it out of the harbor and like, what was it? The Boston Tea Party or whatever? They pull that shit out of there. And it's $4. Why is it so cheap?
I don't know, man. I've never seen it before. I was at Hy-Vee one day and I was like, whiskey for $3.99. I was like, I'll buy 3 bottles of that. I don't even care if I like it. Like if it's gross, like I'd mix it with something, but it's for $4. It's not even like, it's not good, but it's not gross.
Yeah, that's good. And I appreciate you for not jumping on me for my just epic bomb at a joke there, trying to think of a Boston Tea Party fucking joke.
We all know where you were trying to go in it.
Yeah, but the brain did not follow for me.
I'm sorry, what, Bjorn?
We need a laugh track.
Laugh track. No, my grandpa drank it, turns out. So that's pretty cool. Because I bought like 1 bottle at first and it wasn't horrible. And we were drinking it when my dad recorded with us, Bjorn, on the Obtainable Freedom Project.
Yeah. Grandpa was an alcoholic. So I'm not sure if his taste in alcohol was, something to trust.
He was probably like, dude, it's 25 cents for a liter.
Is it pretty good? Like, is it decent?
No. It's not gross. It's not bad. It's very drinkable on the rocks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't prefer it, but when I moved here from Texas, I didn't stop drinking whiskey, but I don't buy it very often anymore. Because like I went from Maker's Mark being $19 a bottle to now it's 35. Like a bile of wild turkey was $12 and now it's 22. And beer was, more expensive down there. And now
Yeah.
you go here and you can buy 30 Busch Lights for $20.
And it's even cheaper in Wisconsin.
Seriously?
Oh, hell yeah. Yep. I'm going up to Prairie this weekend, this coming weekend, to hang out with some friends up there. And like, that's one of the things about going there is like, I can buy like a case of Busch Light for like, I want to say it's probably under $20, but I guess I haven't been up there since last October. It may have gone up since then there too, but like anything else.
Right.
Because of Putin.
Oh yeah, because of Putin. Yeah, that's
Putin's
right.
price hikes.
Yo.
Anybody who believes that, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but you're a fucking idiot if you believe that. There's no other way to put it. Like you're a stupid person if you think the prices are rising because of Putin.
Well, you can look at the graphs. I mean, like you can look when it starts. Like it's not like it started with like when he invaded Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah, it's dumb. Anyways, Bjorn, I think you had some fun stuff to talk about, right?
Well, first I'm just gonna say Mr. Boston, probably not like I wouldn't consider it a rail liquor. That's a term, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This would probably be considered floor liquor, right?
Price wise, maybe, but taste wise, like I'd take this shit over Jim Beam.
Oh really?
I hate Jim Beam for one. For one, they label it as a bourbon. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted before in my life. Yeah. Like, how dare you call that a bourbon? Like this is a blended, and I hate blendeds. So I would actually take this over Johnny Walker, dude.
Oh.
And not because I think the quality is anywhere comparable, because Johnny Walker's way better in quality. It can be very expensive. People love it, but I just hate blendeds, and this doesn't really taste like a blended to me. So yeah, I'd much rather have Mr. Boston than Johnny Walker. And you can hate me for that if you want to. I'm a bourbon guy, but when it's $4 for a liter or $35 for a fifth, not always going to go with the $35 maker's mark.
Fair enough. So something, I know we're just kind of anything that we want to or whatever, and I'd like to actually do a more extensive like specific video games in the future, but I was just curious, like if you guys had to choose 3 video games to play for the rest of your life, what would they be? And I can go first. I'll say probably Skyrim, Fallout 4, and Diablo 2.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with your TV.
Oh, Jesus, advertisement. I don't know what advertisement on. What the hell happened?
Who's that?
The abandoned cockpit behind Bjorn. Just going.
But I mean, on my YouTube channel just to have as a backdrop, and there shouldn't be any advertisements, and I don't know why it would pop to a different video.
Is it how long is that video though? Because as soon as that's over, it's going to go to an advertisement and then something else.
No, but it's like 9 minutes long, and it was like halfway through.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes it does that, but
so.
Luke, you go. I bet you play more games than I do, so I have to think about it for a second.
Yeah, well, I know I got to think about it for a second. Diablo 2 for sure. So I agree with Bjorn on that one. Man, when you said Skyrim, Fallout, like
I know they're pretty much the same game.
I know. Yeah. Oh man. Maybe I'm gonna go Witcher 3, Diablo 2, I already said, and Call of Duty Black Ops.
First Black Ops?
Yes. Skyrim and Fallout are definitely up there though too. That made it hard when you said that.
Well, just the play time or the replayability, like you can just get so much time out of it. I think. Like, I mean, I still haven't beat Fallout 4 or Skyrim, and I've played hundreds of hours between the two of them.
Which is outrageous because I've beat Skyrim and I didn't put anywhere close to 100 hours in it.
You guys want to hear how many times I've beaten Skyrim?
No.
Okay.
How many times?
5 times. Yeah.
Nice.
That's outrageous.
It is, because my method with Skyrim is I play through all the main missions first, and then I hit up all the extra stuff. And I wanted to try different paths too, to see what happened.
And that's funny.
Different choices.
That's how you play Call of Duty as well. You go through the campaign mode, and you beat it on veteran before you even touch multiplayer. And I don't even campaign. Like, I just go straight to multiplayer and stay there.
That's funny because I don't even know the last one that I've played, but I just like the campaigns. I don't even like the multiplayer in those games, which I know is blasphemy, but it is what it is. I would go with Skyrim, Halo 5, and Ghost Recon Wildlands.
That was a big game, like a pretty expansive game.
Which one?
The Ghost Recon Wildlands. Like, I played it a bit. To me, it got boring because it was just like, go to this place and kill these people so you can get a briefcase or something. It was like the same thing over and over again. So I didn't enjoy much.
A little bit of that. Like, it was quite long of a game. So by the end of it, I was just like, fuck, dude. Like I want to beat the game. So at the end, I was just grinding, trying to finish it because I wanted to actually finish it, But there's some cool shit. Like, at one point I was fighting the Predator.
Oh yeah, I remember that mission. Yep.
I never beat him, dude. I could never beat him. I just gave up. So there's a lot of cool, like, little things like that in it. But yeah, close fourth would be a hockey game, but that's really when I'm only with you and Hagen, Bjorn. That's when I play that.
I would say, because I forgot about it, Minecraft would have to be my fourth, a close fourth, because it's just such a creative game that has no limits. I know it's kind of like, it's like playing Legos. It's just super fun.
Yeah, dude, I played it for a little bit, and like, I do like it, like the idea behind it. I think I played it for like 5 hours over a few days or whatever. And I took a step back and I looked at what I created, and it was nothing. I was like, dude, I'd have to give my life up to make anything cool. And I was like, I'm not investing that much time into any video game, Well, yeah, and as Diablo 2 goes, it's probably the game that I've played the most throughout my life. But at this point, I've just kind of lost interest in it altogether.
Fair enough. I started playing it again, and it's been very nostalgic. So I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, I do Minecraft with my daughter, my oldest daughter, every Wednesdays, and then sometimes on like the weekends if there's time. But we've been probably playing it together for, like, in this world we're creating, for like maybe 3 months, and like we have a pretty giant place going on, and she knows more about Minecraft than I do. So
we can get back into actual video games really quick, but something that I learned, like, me and my wife homeschool our kids. Obviously, you guys know that. But I was reading a book on unschooling, and it talked about screen time. And because, like, screen time always fucking bugs me when it comes to my kids, especially, like, almost the first question I hear every single day of my life is, can we turn on the TV? It's like, no. But anyways, this book interviewed a lot of people, and they talked about screen times when it came to their unschooling, and it kind of made me relax about it a little bit. And then I started trying to think about it in a different way. And when it comes to Minecraft, when Thor's playing, dude, he is learning how to research. He has a few books on it. Like he reads the books, he watches YouTube videos, and then he takes it and he applies it in this game. And like he'll look shit up and try to figure different things out. And it's like, dude, for one, he's having a blast and he loves it, which is, important for kids to be doing. And two, he's figuring out how to research. And that's a very important life skill as well, So it's once I started thinking about it different, I was like, dude, this is actually really cool. So I'm not as, crazy about the screen time type of stuff.
Lucy does the same. Yep. With that. That's why she knows more, because I don't research it.
Well, the other cool thing about it is that they have free updates. Like once you buy the game, like every, I don't know, however many months, they have a new update that gives a whole bunch of new content and things. And I don't know, it's just really impressive what they've done for the low resolution graphics. The first time I saw it, I was just like, what the hell is this? And then 4 hours later, me and Derek playing, I'm like, oh my God, like I can't stop. Like just one more block.
That's funny. I have a funny story about Skyrim. I think we lived in Minnesota at the time, so it was a long time ago, but I was getting wasted like I always did when I got out of the Marine Corps, like close to blackout drunk all the time, And I was pretty close there. Started playing Skyrim, ran into this cave, and there's like 5 levers. And I just ran up and I randomly pulled like 3 of them and the gate opened. And I went inside and I died. And at that point I was like, I need to go to bed. So I woke up and I went to play it the next day. Dude, it took me like an hour and a half to figure out how to open up this gate.
See, now if you were smart like your son, you would have just looked it up on the internet.
We didn't even really have internet up in Minnesota.
Oh, that's right.
So we lived without internet for like 2 years, basically.
You could still get it on your phone though, right? At least, like, if I remember right, I think I've had connection out there every time I've gone, but not physical like internet that you could hook up an Xbox or computer to.
Right, but sometimes it was hard to connect because our phones didn't even really work up there too well. If I wanted reception, I'd have to put it by the window.
Yeah. I have a funny story about Skyrim when it was a hangover day, but yours was oh, sorry, Bureau. I keep forgetting that for some reason when I talk or Dane talks, your voice cuts out.
It's because the internet knows he's the least interesting.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm just kidding. You just need better connection or something. I don't know. We're working on it. It's our second time.
Yeah. But so I was playing Skyrim and I was like just going across the land, or whatever. And I started like nodding off and just falling asleep with the controller in my hand as I was playing. And I woke up like 5 different times as my character was falling off a cliff.
Different cliffs or the same one?
Like pretty much the same one. And I was like, all right, I need to get over here. And like, I would fall off the cliff and I would be like, and then I would like reload it and like, I'd try again. And I would just fall asleep before I could make it where I was going every time. And I woke up and with my guy dead. And yeah, so then I think after like the 5th time, I was like, all right, I need to take a nap.
It's funny because we used to make fun of my dad for falling asleep while playing video games, and it definitely happens to me all the time now. Like I'll be sitting there and just like, okay, I can't do it anymore.
That happens to me when I'm trying to watch shows with Jess. Like every time I sit down to just zone out or whatever, I'm asleep instantly almost. It's hard to watch anything, dude. Bjorn's nodding off right now.
Yeah, no, I was trying to find, because I took a screenshot of some. Let's see. Damn it. Because I was looking at what different games like men play compared to what women play. And it came, you guys both have daughters. And I was just like, obviously, you said that Lucy plays Minecraft. Does Harper have any interest in video games?
She has interest in anything we have interest in.
Oh, okay.
So since Thor does, then she does. But like, part of the reason why I like Halo 5 is because I've been playing Halo since I was, whenever it came out, the very first one, however long ago that was. I was probably like
That was in
13.
high school, I think.
It'd be like 2000, 2001, something like that.
Yeah, so at 11, 12, maybe, I don't know. Well, I've been playing it ever since it came out. So I know exactly what to do. I don't have to think about anything. If I want to play for 15 minutes and then get off and not have to like think about what I'm doing when I'm playing, I can just jump on there and play. You know what I mean? So Harper sometimes sees me playing and she's like, oh, it's my turn next. So I just give it to her. And, you know, she actually killed somebody once.
Nice.
Just the other day. I don't know how she did it, but.
Well, you know, there's another dad somewhere going, like I handed her my daughter the controller and like she got killed. So she just killed someone else's daughter with the controller.
Well, some of the things they were looking at the motivation to play video games, trying to see on my freaking phone here. Like completion, finishing everything, finding all the collectibles and location. That's more geared towards women, it looks like, percentage wise. Fantasy, the immersion and exploring other worlds. That's something women are more interested in. Design, community, the story. Now, destruction looks like men are more interested in that. Competition and strategy and power, excitement and challenge are other video game motivations that men are more apt to look for. So
I don't know one. No, I take that back. I know one adult girl, woman who plays video games.
adult girl. Well, there's a lot, Twitch or whatever.
I guess that's true. And just because I don't know any of them doesn't mean they aren't out there. But like almost every guy that I know, at least half of them play video games a lot. And I know one girl who does.
Yeah, I would say on my friends list, there's like 2 girls that I know that play video games and play like shooters and you know, stuff like that. But they'll play all kinds of game. Like you could call them gamers, like legit. But yeah, it's only 2 out of like I don't know, like 20 something I have on my friends list. Yeah,
I don't consider myself a gamer at all. Even like I really like them, but I just never have time for them. And then, like I said, like with the Minecraft thing, where I sat down and played for a few hours, and I was like, this would take me forever. That's kind of how I view any game. But all the games that interest me would take me forever. You know, so it's just, I don't know. It's hard. I just got too much shit going on.
I guess one reason. Oh, good.
Oh, I did start playing Sniper Elite 5.
those are kind of fun games. Yeah,
I played the last one. It was really cool. I mean, it came out years and years and years ago, you know, so I don't know if I'll ever actually be able to play this one, but I played it for like a half an hour. Seems to be a lot more difficult than the last one.
with those Sniper Elite games, I think they're ones too, Dane, that like I've never beat any of them, but like you can just sit down and waste a half hour if it's just something to do and then put it down and be good.
I haven't found that with this new one, but I mean, I just
really?
started it, but
I guess I haven't.
and
played
maybe
that.
there's a different sniper game that I tried to play. And it's like no matter where you were at, everybody knew where you were immediately. And it was just like, dude, I'm in a ghillie suit in the fucking ditch, and this guy doesn't even have line of sight on me, and he's shooting at me. And I could be hundreds of meters away, and everybody would know where I was after I took a single shot. So
Was
I wonder,
it AI or multiplayer?
AI.
Sounds broken.
Dude, it sucked, man. I hated
Yeah.
it. It's like this isn't a sniper game at all. The
What
ones
was that?
I'm talking about are like World War II era. Is that what you're thinking too?
Those are the only ones that I've played.
Okay, then it's the
Yeah.
right game. I forget what the other game's called, but it's like more modern, but it's
Okay.
shit. It's a shit game.
What was that Operation Vietnam game that you and Derek played with a couple other guys?
It was me, Derek, and Paul, and it was called Operation Vietnam. And that was probably the most fun I've ever had playing a video game before in my life. Because there was a sniper, heavy machine gun, like a medic, and then like a point man. So we all had different weapons and everything. And it was on the Xbox 360, I think.
Split screen, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was split screen where everybody was in the same room, right?
Yeah. It wasn't Xbox 360. It was on the original Xbox. So it was an old game. But it was so much fun, dude. Like all four of us would be at Derek's apartment trying to play, and we couldn't beat certain missions. And then the other Derek and Paul would go home, and me and Derek would just take over, and we'd beat it right away. Paul would get like 3 kills with a sniper, and then like I'd take over after they left, which didn't happen very much, but it happened at least once. Paul got like 15 kills on this one mission. And I took over, and I swear I got like 75 because I just sat in the right spot, and it was a long road, and everybody's coming from there, and I just nailed all of them. So I don't know. It was awesome though. They came out with an Operation Terror one too, but I think we were all a little older and had moved to different places, so we didn't get to play that one together. But
Now you say you don't really see how somebody can spend so much time playing video games or whatever, but for me, that's how I communicate with my friends. Like, I hate talking on the phone. I don't even like doing this shit with you guys. No, I'm kidding. But playing video games and like having the headset on, and you can do something, interact and like work together while talking about your day or whatever is going on, at work or your marriage or just, the game, the football game or something. You can just talk and bullshit while you're doing something else.
yeah, you know how I communicate with my friends? I don't.
There you go. that
Say that again, Bjorn.
I said that is sad.
I see a few of them. Talk to a few of them.
Yeah, all my friends live like 2 hours away, so this is just a way that we're able to get together, a few nights a week or whatever. Before the baby, now I can't play any at all. So
You can barely stay awake. Every time I try to call you, you're sleeping.
oh yeah, I went to sleep as soon as I got home from work today.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I get it. I have kids. We do need to take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that little break, but here we are. Bjorn, why don't you jump into your questions, and then I do have one question about video games, and then we'll move on. Because, dude, this is actually a video game too. I found a hilarious. You guys just have to wait for it, but it's fucking hilarious, dude. You guys are gonna love it. You're gonna love it. But all right, Bjorn, go.
Okay, my 2 questions would be like what kind of games do you remember playing as a kid? Because like when we were kids, we were always like a generation behind or 2 of the up to date video games. So like we would get like an Atari from the garage sales or something, and there's a bunch of weird Atari games besides like Centipede, and Pac-Man, Jungle Hunt, all that shit. But like then when I went to a friend's house for like a sleepover and they had a Sega Genesis, like I would stay up all night playing like Mortal Kombat or whatever, like Sonic the Hedgehog. And the parents would get all pissed, and come in and like yell us to go to sleep. It's just like, I can't stop playing. Like, I love it so much.
Yeah, we never had a Sega.
False. We did.
No, we didn't.
We did. Yep. We only had like 2 games though. We had Batman, and but it was like way later.
I don't
Like,
remember it.
It was like this big, and took like Sega games. Like it was way later. So
I'll take your word for it.
you were probably in the Marines. I don't know.
Yeah. Mom and dad bought it for you after you were what, 20 some, and I was gone in the Marine Corps. And okay, I'll go. But I remember playing Resident Evil with you and dad when we lived in Pennsylvania. So I wasn't even 10 yet. The very first Resident Evil. I remember playing that all the time with you guys.
Remember that first zombie that turns around like and looks at you? How scary that was.
Yeah. To this day, I can't understand why dad let me hang out with you guys and play it. I remember there's one hallway where it's a really long hallway, windows all on the right side. And when you're in it, all these dead dogs jump through the windows. And you and dad couldn't fucking beat it for the life of you. And I was like, let me try it. And you guys gave me shit about it too. You're like, we can't beat it. You're not going to be able to beat it. And you guys gave me the controller. And I just took off and I just sprinted down the entire hallway and ran through the door and shut it. And the dogs didn't give me at all. And both of you were like, we should have gave you the control a long time ago. The other one I remember it was like Kung Fu Chaos. This was like when we lived in. Say what?
That was on Xbox, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like you were filming a movie, so you'd film scenes. It was pretty fun. And it was multiplayer, so you could have like 4 kids playing on the same TV. And then obviously just all the Halo games playing all the time. But
Luke, do you remember like Oregon Trail?
Yes. Yeah. I actually have a handheld version of it.
Are you kidding me? Luke was on the trail.
Yeah. Yeah. The old guy here. Dude, Lucy loves that game, like the old school one. And
that's because she's like, Dad lived through this.
Yeah, she's like well, she always comes and tells me when I either drowned or got a snake bite or something when she's playing it, because you can make your characters and the people that are in your wagon or whatever. So yeah, absolutely, that's a great game, and obviously it stood the test of time because my kid still loves it. I mean, they have something there. I don't think they thought it would be as popular as it is. It's still, people still love it.
He comes to you to inform you that you have dysentery.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, what about, like, what did you play? Answer Garrett's question. I forget what it was, but
what were the first video games that you remember playing?
Because I never had a game system growing up, but we had, my mom was a teacher, so she bought a computer. And I would say that one of the first computer games I remember playing was Wolfenstein 3D.
Wow.
And I remember being like, this is awesome. And I put tons of hours into it. I think he had cheat codes or something like that. But yeah, Wolfenstein 3D. And I remember doing the same, like you were talking, Bjorn, about how when staying at a friend's house, I would stay up as late as I could, and sometimes I would even after they were asleep, I would like wake up and sneak on and play the TV when everyone else was asleep.
Absolutely, 100%. And Wolfenstein and Doom, they were kind of controversial for their time, weren't they?
Yeah. The first time I ever saw it, it was at my cousin Jake's house. His dad had PC as well and internet and all of that. So I remember Jake had like Wolfenstein 3D, and then I think he had like a Doom shareware. Remember shareware? I don't know if anyone remembers what shareware was, but it was basically like a free download of the game. It wasn't like a demo where a demo is like one level or something, or a part of a level. shareware you can play through like 3-4 levels or something like that. So it's like a step up from a demo, but it was free to share, and they put it out there just so they could get their game out, so people would buy the buy the full game. So Doom was another one for sure. Sim City, that was another, the original Sim City.
Why is that fun? I mean, I think it's fun too, but like it's just a weird, or just like even the Sims, like it's like playing dolls. Like what that? Why is that fun? Why do I find enjoyment in doing that? I haven't played it for a long time, but
Yep, I played The Sims too, and I've actually, it's one of those too that it gets addicting, and you're like, why am I doing this? Like I'm like, you're like, oh, like your guy has to go to the bathroom for like the 100th time. Okay, better he go to the bathroom. Oh, and then like you start to,
You need to feed the cat.
yeah, I need to feed the cat. Oh, but no, there's something about it that is fun. I think it's just I don't know if it's just like having control or
Having control of your life in a different
yeah,
life,
a
because you
different,
can't do shit you want to do in your own life.
it's something, it's like escapism. I know we've talked about that in like old, and I think we talked about escapism anyway. And one time when we were talking, not on this podcast, but another, but
yeah, I think that The Sims was the first game, maybe the only game really, that I've ever been able to mod, where like I could download skins off the internet and like put it into the files on the computer, so like I could open it and you can make, I don't know, different sports players, or like even I remember there was like naked women theme, or like, oh,
That's funny that you say that, because I was thinking about, like, do you remember Lara Croft Tomb Raider?
Nude Raider.
Obviously, you guys, dude, I tried to figure out that cheat code forever to make her naked, and I can never figure it out.
funny.
What about you, Bjorn?
As far as what?
Your own question.
Did he answer? Or maybe
I thought I did with like the Atari games. Like
Oh,
me
you
and
didn't?
the
Okay.
next girl, we both had Ataris, and it was like way past. It was probably during the time of like Nintendo, regular Nintendo or SNES even. And you go to like Goodwill and you could buy the little cartridges for different shitty Atari games or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun just messing around with that stuff, and it clearly has become addictive over the years. 30 years later, still banging away at it. So,
Did you have one more question?
I could save it. It was more along the lines of if you could ever be a video game tester or like a Twitch streamer, but we can talk about that at a different time.
We should start a Twitch stream.
It would force you to play then.
Yeah, I know. It'd be kind of cool too.
sometimes if I have too many beers, I Twitch stream.
That would be amazing. After Bjorn started twitching, I understood what you were saying.
Wait, well, like your urine stream, your piss stream.
You got it. Yes. One of my.
Oh, I didn't even understand that part of it.
I'm doing my job.
But by confusing me with jokes that don't make sense,
Yeah.
just like your Boston Tea Party one.
They both made sense.
Neither of them were funny.
Well, I didn't say they were funny. I just said they made sense.
The Twitch stream one is funny now that I understand. Like, I took you seriously that like after you got wasted, you Twitch streamed. Because I could see you doing that. But okay, I have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bjorn.
Of the Red River Paddleboat Pirates. Remember that, Luke?
Yeah.
Where we got drunk when we were at Waldorf and we went down to some random pond where there was like a paddle boat, and we just took it out for a spin in the middle of the night. And like I think it was you, I don't think it was me, that took a piss off the back, like standing up while I was paddling the boat.
It might have been me.
You don't
Okay.
remember which one it was?
I don't. I mean, it was, going on 15 years ago. So, and we were drunk and it was the middle of the night. So nobody fell in. That's the amazing thing. Like standing up on the back of a paddle boat and pissing.
It was probably me. It sounds like something I.
That was a good
All right.
time. We went and did that a couple times, didn't we?
Yeah, and I
You went
think
and
I
stole
went.
that paddle boat a few times.
Yeah,
Well, we always put it back. So, I mean, we didn't break anything or steal anything. We just went down and used it. And I don't even know where it was. What was that place?
I think it was like a center for. I don't know if it was like disabled people or if it was
Now that sounds like you guys.
if it, yeah, or if it was people that were just like, I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue what that place was. But
I have a very similar story, but it was when I was in Afghanistan. So we were right by the Helmand River, and we heard reports. I don't know if they're true, but
was
apparently
it filled with mayonnaise?
I still don't get it.
Hellman's
Huh?
Hellman
Sorry,
brand.
just move on.
Bjorn keeps cutting out what he's trying to say.
It's probably because I'm using Wi-Fi and you guys are hardwired. But Hellman's is a mayonnaise brand. Like
I didn't
Miracle.
know that. Luke, say jokes that I will understand, dude. I'm 55 years younger than you. I don't get your references. I'm having a hard time here.
Luke to their crowd. It's fair. It's fine.
No, I like it. It's just making me look really stupid because he keeps saying hilarious shit and it takes me 5 minutes to understand it. We were right by the Helmand River and we would get reports that like the Taliban were coming over when like we patrol and then after we left the Taliban would come over and like question people and shit like that, I don't know if that was true. I don't think it was true actually. But we walked up and we found a little makeshift boat, like a little raft thing that we watched a guy cross the river and we went to it and our squad leader's like, hey, Dane, go take that fucking raft in the middle of the river and let it go. I was like, oh, all right. So I grabbed it and I started carrying it, and then our interpreter, who was from Afghanistan, ran up and he was like, he was all excited. I was like, what are you doing, Muhammad? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna jump on it and flow down the river a little bit. I was like, that sounds like a bad idea, but you can if you want to. And we're like nipple high in the water, and I let go. Muhammad jumps on the fucking thing and starts taking off down the river. And all of a sudden, until that point, because I was holding on to this thing, I didn't realize how strong the current was because I couldn't turn around and like I tried to and I ended up way far down, but like I tried to turn around and I couldn't, so I just walked straight because there was a little like I don't know what you call it. I don't know. It wasn't as deep, like 5 feet in front of me, and I could see it like a sandbar. So I walked up on that and I turned around and I came back, and like I was walking farther down the river than I was walking towards where I needed to go. It scared the shit out of me, dude. But it was hilarious. Like Muhammad just floated way down and jumped off, and he was having a good time, And I'm like strapped with gear, thinking I'm gonna fucking drown in the river, which happened not to one of our guys, but like that became a big deal because somebody that was there at the same time of us died because they got sucked under the water and couldn't get back out.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know, kind of funny. I feel bad about it now because when I think about it, I don't think the Taliban were fucking over on the other side of the river at all. We went on the other side of the river a few times. Like there was no Americans on the other side of the river, and we went a few times. And I'm telling you, there was nothing on that side. So like, where the fuck would they have come from in the first place? And I probably just dumped that dude's car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably his only form of transportation. I just fucking threw it down the river. But I have one question about video games, and then we'll move on because we have some other. I think Luke has a funny thing he has a thing anyways that he was excited about. Then I have something that's fucking hilarious, dude.
Mine won't
But
take too long to do, like, but yeah, it'll be good.
okay, that's awesome. Just without explanation or anything like that, just one video game that you don't think that people have played much or anything that you find that's fucking awesome. That if you could like suggest to people to play without like getting into detail about why, but just to get like a random game that people haven't really heard about.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's on Game Pass, and I came across this called Superliminal, and I know your kid plays it a little bit because I showed him, and it's all about like perception game, almost kind of like escape rooms where you like go to different rooms basically, and nothing is as it seems. Like you'll like pick up a bottle, and all of a sudden, if you zoom it in or out or it's like humongous, and I don't know, it's very Alice in Wonderland, like kind of. This is really, really cool. I love it. It's just a really neat game.
You showed me that, and I fucking hate it because none of it makes sense.
It's all about perception. It's just it's a mind fuck for sure. It is. It's a neat game.
But I will say it's very cool. It's just not my type of thing because I just get angry at things I can't comprehend. You know, it's not. None of it makes sense.
Okay.
It is very cool. I'm just saying is I don't like it. I like watching other people play it who don't get angry at it and can figure it out. I'll say that because it was kind of fun watching you guys play it. I would never play it because it would just piss me off.
I've never even heard of it. So I'll have to look into it.
If you have patience, you would probably like it. I like it. But I would say Mad Max. And I forget what like the second title is or whatever, but the Mad Max game is fucking awesome.
I've heard of it, but I have not played it, but I have heard good things about it, I'll say.
Dude, I loved it, man.
And I think I saw a port maybe even on Xbox for it. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I don't
like
know what you mean.
Because Mad Max wasn't that was like was that a 360 game or was that an Xbox One game?
I don't know.
Xbox One, I don't know.
Okay.
I played it. Probably Xbox One.
Okay. So I think they've like, I guess like a better instead of a port, so it's not as old as I was thinking of. It's like, I guess, backward compatibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's more accurate, I think.
It might have been both Xbox 360 and Xbox One because Xbox turned like 10 years old, didn't it?
Because what?
Xbox One, I think Xbox One just turned 10 years old.
Yeah, I got my Xbox One when I was in Texas in that one apartment that you and Destiny came to, and that's like I was playing 360 when I was in that apartment. I was only in it for like a year and a half, and so I can't remember which console it was on, and I know it was a few years before I got one because at the time it was like 360's way more than I need already. So, yeah. But what about you, Luke?
Mine would be a game called From Dust. It came out on 360 a while ago. It is basically a game where you have the power of earth, water, and fire, and
I've seen that.
Yeah, and it has like the graphics were designed by a or at least someone lent his expertise into like how water and dust and lava flows and reacts. So I don't know, it's just very interesting how you can mold the world in order to like make the objectives, I guess. It's hard to explain without really like showing people it. So
I've looked at it a few times and it looked interesting. It also looked like it would take a lot of my time.
yeah, it
All the
does take
games
a lot of time.
All the games I want to play look like they take a lot of time, and that's why I don't play it.
Yep.
Like I started playing Fallout 4, and I didn't even get like 3 hours in, and then Bjorn explained more of it to me, and I was like, I can't do that. I just can't do that. So I got rid of the game completely. Like you have to take care of other people. I just saw a little Reingart. You have to like take care of other people and stuff like that, and it was just like camps and stuff like that.
You don't like, I mean, I'm not sure how much of the game that is, because Luke has definitely done way more of that than I have. Like I just run around and explore stuff and try to find different things and weapons and discover new spots. I didn't really like the whole settler aspect of it. So
Okay.
It's been a long time since I played that, but I did get into the building, and it goes like way further on than I want to learn about it. The stuff you can do with
Dude,
that.
that's why I quit playing the new Ghost Recon Breakpoint. For one, like the combat wasn't as good as Wildlands. It wasn't nearly as fun. But then there was so much more added stuff that you could do and learn about and stuff like that. I was like, that's just too much for how worse the combat is compared to Wildlands. Last thing on video games is State of Decay, a game that I've barely played, but that one's awesome too. And you have like camps and have to take care of people too, and that's why I barely played it. But the little bit that I've had is really awesome. I'm gonna jump into this other thing, guys. There's a new video game coming out. I'm gonna share my screen here really quick. Oh, come on. Share sound. Let's go here. That's not the right one. Wait, what do you guys see?
turkey shoot.
Okay.
Kyle, yeah.
Yeah. So to not even get into any political things, like I don't really want to dive into political stuff on this show anyways, but like Kyle Rittenhouse launching video game, taking aim at the turkeys in the media. and it's his game, dude. We'll watch this video here.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse. You might know me as the guy who was recently acquitted from all charges.
Hold on. I'm going to try to make it bigger for everybody here.
You might know me as the guy who was recently acquitted from all charges in the Kenosha self-defense case. From the very beginning, I did nothing wrong. But that didn't stop the media from smearing my name. It's time to fight back against the fake news machine. This is why I'm launching the Kyle Rittenhouse Fake News Turkey Shoot video game. The media is nothing but a bunch of turkeys with nothing better to do than push their lying agenda and destroy innocent people's lives. So go to RittenhouseGame.com and pre-order the game now and help me fund the lawsuits to stop these fake news turkeys.
It's the fake news turkey shoot. Got a laser gun going pew pew pew. Filing lawsuits, and we about to bankrupt the fake news. Go to RittenhouseGame.com. Pre-order now.
I would like to change my initial answer to the top 3 video games I would play for.
It is so funny.
It is great, and the best part about it is that nobody but the prosecutors in Wisconsin have anyone to blame but themselves for a game like that coming out.
It doesn't even look like a good game.
No, he knows it too. Like,
Dude, I bet he makes a killing on this though, dude.
oh yeah. I wonder how much it is.
$9.99.
$9.99.
It showed in the video.
Did it say in the video? No, I was laughing too much.
Oh, that's just crazy. But all right, Luke, you want to throw up your shit?
Yeah, so I found this video online. It was from a Ring camera, and you know how Ring cameras
Really quick, when you're in the settings, you have to hit share sound too.
oh, do I? Okay.
It's like in the bottom left corner.
Okay, let me see. Okay, share screen. Oh, you need to allow me to share the screen again. It must not have. It says host needs to allow.
Oh yeah, that was the first time. We're in this bad video app because some of the people here aren't don't have good enough equipment for the better shit.
Me?
So, yeah, you specifically. But we'll work on that. And right now it's good enough, so you should be able to do it now.
Okay. So let's see. And then share sound. All right, can you see it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Really quick. Sorry. Check your chat. All right, play the video.
It pops up. You should have seen it.
all right, so this is from a Ring camera. You know, nice, beautiful day. Pretty boring. Not much going down. You know, like most Ring cameras, probably, I would assume.
Looks like a nice average day.
Yep.
Is this Rochester, Minnesota?
Boy, that escalated.
They just roll out of the glass.
The dog.
I like how the guy tried to like help, and then he's like, "Oh, never mind."
Yup, he was smart too. I mean, that's what you would want to do, right? Like, he was probably wondering what the heck was going on.
Oh shit.
That's wild.
But no, I just wanted to bring that up because I don't have a security camera or anything, but
It's a good thing.
apparently, yeah, and apparently once in a while something like really, really crazy like that will happen. Like that guy got like a full-blown movie clip out of his Ring video. But yeah, I guess like a couple questions about it for you. Do any of you, and if you don't want to answer, like, you know, because I know sometimes people don't want to say what they do or don't have when it comes to the security of their house, but do any of you guys have any kind of cameras?
Yeah, I do. I've got a couple. I'd like to get maybe a third or fourth one. They're Wi-Fi, so I gotta recharge them every once in a while, because they're completely wireless as far as like I just got them outside a kind of watching the front step and the back, and it was really nice whenever we were gone on vacation. I could just bring up my phone. I could, real time see it. The company's named Arlo, so it's only like $4 per camera a month.
Okay.
And it saves all the information in the cloud, so you can go back and see it. It'll tell you if there's a person or like an automobile or an animal or just regular like motion. Sometimes like shadows from the trees will move and it'll set it off. There's some more advanced stuff where you can actually like contact like fire department or police or even just like emergency contacts through it. Because I know Dane was stopping by, I think, to grab my dog or something whenever we had to go over to the hospital for the baby. And I talked to Dane and his wife through the camera, which was kind of nice. So, yeah,
cool.
great.
I will say that I would never get like a ring because there has been reports of like cops forcing people of giving their video and stuff like that. And I don't know if that's through the company or just through the actual people, but like, I just gotta say, guys, the United States government is the most gangster, violent organization there is. So, like, I don't want to add to their police state or their surveillance state, even though I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, I don't want them to have access to shit that's going on here. So I would never do that for that.
I'm glad that you brought that up because that was actually going to be my follow-up question. Was situations like that we just saw. I'm sure that guy was happy. I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't know the situation if he released it on his own or the cops made him give him like a certain amount of the camera, or the videos. But yeah, I've heard that too, and that's also something that I'd be kind of concerned about because if something happened, like say down the road there's a drug investigation, I have no idea what's going on, right? And they go and bust them. Now could the cops come and say, we have a subpoena for 2 months worth of your Ring camera, we notice you have a camera, you know what I mean? And then I would be forced to turn over the entire 2 months of data. I don't know. I
Of your
thought about
front
that
lawn,
too.
dude.
Yeah, where I'm
Of your
out, taking Twitch streams at 1 a.m. and they're getting shit like that.
Facing the Ring camera, right?
Yeah, facing the Ring camera, and I think about like all the the entertaining stuff I'll do with people, like the fire pit and conversations around the the grill and stuff like that. It's like that part does kind of concern me thinking about potentially that happens.
And a lot of people would be like, oh, are you serious? Like, you could help them catch a bad guy. And it's like, yeah, maybe. But like, the state is the worst, guys. And I don't want to fucking help them do anything, especially if it's over something like drugs.
Yeah.
I would say cost and benefit. Like, I think it's worth it for the security to be able to watch your own house whenever you're not home.
You don't have a Ring though, right?
What difference would it be?
Because that's a big company that they can force them to give them the surveillance of the Ring.
Why wouldn't they be able to force Arlo to do it?
Oh, I don't know.
They might be able to.
I didn't know what you had, but like if I ever had like security cameras at my house, it'd have to be hardwired into my own shit. I just have dogs and guns and I live in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have to worry about that shit.
The funny thing,
couldn't they force you to give up that information?
Yes. I think that would be way more difficult than like going towards a company. Not only that, but Ring could probably say, fuck you guys. You know what I mean?
Dane, I know a story about a guy who did have all his own stuff hardwired.
Can you pause for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And get back to it.
Oh, yeah.
We're at that time again. So
We're
We'll be
having
right-
fun.
We are. All right. We are back from our 5-minute break. And we're unsure if Bjorn's going to join the abandoned cockpit. Maybe he abandoned the cockpit.
Could have. Yeah, I don't blame him, man. He like, I get it. Having a new kid.
I get it
I don't
too.
want to. Yeah, I don't want to go back to those days of the little babies.
Well, I just gotta give him shit, dude. On Saturday, me and Jess stayed up until 2:30. We were just having fun hanging out together, and it was like I had to wake up at 4:30 to get to work, and
Oh, yeah.
actually, like, and it was a slow fucking day at work too. So it just drug on, dude. It was horrible, but however, I felt pretty good the entire day.
Yeah.
Like when I got home at night, like we didn't go anywhere. We're watching Peaky Blinders, the new season, and I was doing all right. I was like, all right, let's watch that. And we turned it on. And I fell asleep immediately.
Yup. Yeah. I stay up late quite often as well. Like mainly because work is so crazy right now. It's like, get home, go for a jog, hang out with the girls, and then it's like time to relax. And a lot of times I end up staying up way later than I should, but yeah.
I do too. I just like being awake and doing stuff. I don't want my awake time to be what, Bjorn?
Sleep is so important.
I disagree, dude.
I don't know, man. Like, there's definitely, not to bring up Joe Rogan like I always do, but like there's one podcast of his that you should definitely watch, and it's with a sleep expert. And they basically say that as far as like supplements or vitamins or nutrition or good things you can do for yourself, getting enough sleep is so much better for you than any of that shit.
I guess that's fair. I don't know. I can function really well on not as much sleep. And I guess that's probably just from the way I've lived my life and things I've had to do before that. But I mean, it does catch up to me. There are days that I sleep for ever, like after I got the 2 hours of sleep and then I worked a 12-hour shift and came home, I fell asleep for a little bit and then I was up and, well, I guess, no, because even then I was up until like 10:30 after taking like a 15-minute nap, and then I woke up at 6:30 this morning. That doesn't make yeah, that makes sense because that's the right order of things. So I still slept like 8 hours after that, but
my brain and my body just start shutting off. They're just like, you know what, we're out. And there's times where it's like, are you awake or are you asleep? You can't tell because you're dreaming about the thing you were doing when you were awake, and you're behind the wheel of a car, and are you asleep or are you awake? And it gets kind of scary.
See,
it does at times.
I definitely agree that like there's a point to like where the body is like super tired, and I experienced that too. But for some reason I can like power through it sometimes. I don't know how, but I can't. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, okay, like I'm falling asleep, and then all of a sudden I'll start doing something or drink some water, or I don't know.
Well,
I can just get through it.
Luke, well, actually, when I hang out with Dane or Luke, 9 out of 10 times you guys stay up later than I do. Like I'm falling asleep, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna let it happen, and you guys continue on.
Dude, I think I just have FOMO so much. I'm like, I'm not going to bed. Like at your bachelor party, Bjorn, when you and me and Derek were driving up there, you guys were already like getting upset because me and Luke were gonna stay up all night, and we weren't even there yet. And then it turned out that me and Luke were drinking Deschutes in the shit hut.
Yeah.
And everybody else was asleep. And we stayed up. I don't know how long we stayed up, but it was a long time.
Dude, it was like 4 a.m. It had to be, I'm pretty sure, when like we went to bed, and I was all like snuggling up to Schultz, and
And Derek woke up and he decided that he wasn't going to be mad. Like he had two options, be really pissed or just be funny with it. And he turned out to be funny with it. But just a little bit of context. Deschutes is a beer. And the shit hut was the hunting blind they set up to put a shitter in because we were ice fishing in the middle of nowhere. So we were drinking Deschutes in the shit hut. And it was hilarious.
But the cabins were really nice. They just didn't have toilets. And they had TVs and freaking bunk beds and stoves and all
Yeah,
sorts.
no, it was awesome.
I might have a picture of it, and I don't know. It's not something I can share my screen on, I don't think, but
you can show it on here. While you're looking for it, dude, I got one video that Bjorn sent me a little while ago. That's just fucking hilarious. That reminded me of the ring thing. So here we go. It's only 11 seconds. Oh, the sound's off. Hold on.
Grab her.
oh,
Grab her. Grab her. Quit filming.
Grab her? What are you talking about?
Come on. Aren't you a good citizen?
What do you mean?
Grab her. Grab her. Quit filming.
Grab her? What are you talking about?
Come on. Aren't you a good citizen?
What do you mean?
and he's just jogging along like oh, what are you, a good citizen?
It's
Ralph,
What the?
what do you mean?
Cause,
That was-
dude, he's running slow as fuck, man.
Yeah, yes.
Dude, there was one day when I lived in Texas when I was going home, and I was not even a mile away from my house. I saw this cop on a motorcycle, and he was one of the fattest human beings I've ever seen. And it just made me really think, like, how fat can these people be? Like, you're a cop. You know what I mean? Like, there should be some standards. And if you all
Yeah.
of a sudden get way out of those standards, you should probably be fired just for not being, because if something like that happens, like you need to chase somebody, how far are you going to have to run?
Like what
How far
happens?
can you run?
And what and like the cop, the dude that's watching, he doesn't know what's going on necessarily. I mean, he might, but like, what if it turns out to be like
Maybe she
wrong?
was armed.
or she was armed, or like, and then he opens himself up to like a civil lawsuit or something, or worse. Or he ends up
Or
dead.
maybe it was some bullshit thing that's illegal that shouldn't be illegal. And then he just like got this chick arrested for some bullshit law that doesn't even matter in the first place.
I'm team not get involved unless there's like, I see someone's like life is in danger and potentially I could help out. But even then, like, I don't know, like it would depend on the situation. It would have to be pretty fucking dire for me to get involved in any shit.
Right. Were you gonna say something, Bjorn?
With the fat cop, you can't fat shame them, Dane, because that's like protected class now, isn't it?
Not when they're cops, dude. Not when they're cops. When I was in fire tech up in Duluth, a lot of those firefighters were huge. And that shit even made less sense than cops being huge. Because like you're going into a burning building weighing close to 300 pounds.
I bet
What
watching them
happens-
start. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I mean, just think about it, dude. Like when I was overseas, nobody was like grossly overweight or anything like that, but like there was definitely guys that was like, dude, if you get shot, I can't fucking drag you anywhere. What am I supposed to do? Not only do you weigh 80 pounds more than me, but you're wearing 75 pounds of gear. And how am I supposed to drag you out of anywhere? You know what I mean? And then you have firefighters who are wearing a lot of gear too, but you actually are way overweight. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are we supposed to do if you get in a bad spot? How am I supposed to help you when we're in that situation to help other people? It doesn't make sense, for jobs like that.
I really, really hope that you saw them demonstrate how to stop, drop, and roll.
I don't know if I ever did, dude. Oh, hey Luke, before Bjorn has to go to sleep
Yeah.
or whatever it is he's doing, didn't you take a nap when you got home?
No, I
Me?
went for a run.
No, Bjorn.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
were
I got like 3.5 hours of sleep last night, and then went and worked a shift, and then I probably going to get about 3-4 hours of sleep tonight too, and have to do it again tomorrow.
Sweet man, I love it.
No, it's awful. It's terrible. The baby won't stop crying.
I am really sorry about that because she was so awesome the first few
Well,
days.
The first 2 weeks she was perfect, but now it's like you can sit there and hold her, and she's quiet, and she just looks at you like, and then you put her down, and she starts screaming, and like you try to feed her, and sometimes she feeds. Sometimes last night I couldn't get her to feed, so I was like, "What do you want?"
Here's
Stop
a
it.
weird thing that might actually help. If you take a glove and fill it with sand and put the glove on her, like tie it up so she can't break it or anything like that, but have that on her, apparently that makes her feel like you're there because she can't see real well in the first place.
It didn't work to even just put my hand on her. Like I had to pick her up. Like I had to hold her.
Oh, okay. Well, I never tried that, but that was something that we were told to try to do, and it was like, well, I don't know, we'll just take care of the kid instead. But
Well,
Luke,
right now she's doing something called cluster feeding. So it's like every fucking 30 minutes she wants to eat. And it's like, you know what? You don't need that much food. You're already spitting it up. Like, just stop it. Just close your eyes and go to sleep.
yeah. Do you play music for her when she's going to sleep?
No, I just sing to her and crack jokes and just, I don't know, be goofy.
Like with Harper, she's 4. We have like a little owl that has lights and plays music all night long, and that helps her too. So some added, because it's kind of like a nightlight that sings to her. Kind of,
Yeah, we're working. But yeah, I don't expect to get any sleep anytime soon. So I take it when I can.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. New dads, man. That's crazy. Luke
get
did
it.
have something. We should let him bring up his shit.
Oh, but before that, did you say or nude ads?
Nude ads or new dads? I definitely said
or nude ads.
yeah, I heard you. You said new dads or new dads. And I definitely
Okay.
said new dads. New dads.
All right, Luke, sorry. That was my bad.
No, like, so what I was gonna bring up was the picture of that shit hut.
No, you had a whole video too, but bring up that picture first. Oh wait, we watched your video. Never mind.
Yeah, we watched my
we already
video.
did that.
But I guess like I don't know if it'll work as well to hold the phone up.
Bring it back a little bit. Bring it back. Yeah, there you go.
That's the picture of the shit hut that Dane and I hung out in and drank the shoots and smoked cigarettes in until like 4 in the morning. After drinking from like noon, maybe even earlier than noon.
And it was the second day in.
And it was the second day.
Well, and see, we stayed up to like 1 in the morning and then got up at 6 in the morning to keep fishing. So like we weren't sleeping a whole lot either.
Yeah. Yeah, I was up pretty early that morning, the morning of too. I probably got a total of maybe 8 hours. I don't know, maybe not even 8 hours of sleep that entire time.
Dude, it was such a fun trip, man. It was cool. It was a cool bachelor party. Way cooler than mine. I didn't have one.
I didn't go to either one of your guys's, so
I didn't have one.
uh,
Well, we stopped in Vegas with Derek and Sam and Paul. So that was kind of our party. A mixed party, But that was fun. Vegas is cool.
Yeah, I do love Vegas. I was at a bachelor party there in April. Not
Yeah,
a lot of sleep.
you stayed at a pretty sweet place. You showed me some pictures of that place.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. There's like our own pad. I think there was I can't remember how many. I feel like 15 maybe or 16, might have been more. But I only was on the strip for like 3 hours that trip. Otherwise, we just hung out at the house, and it was perfect for that size of a group. And a lot of us hadn't seen each other for years. So I think that was the best way to do it in Vegas, because as you if you've ever been, Dane, you just said you had, but I don't know if you have, Bjorn, as far as like having fun as an adult.
Yeah.
But you get like with a group that size, you're not going to keep together in Vegas.
No, yeah,
like
there's no way, man.
Yeah, no
Because
way.
there's so many different things to do, and nobody wants to do the same thing. So
Yup.
I've gone with like a number of people, probably no more than 6 at a time, and that was manageable. But I've been there quite a few times, dude. Like, because I was in Pendleton, so it was 6 hours away, so we go every once in a while. And then if you go the north route from Southern California to Iowa, you go through Vegas. So we'd stop on the way every once in a while.
The first time I was in Vegas was like a little over a year ago, and I've been 2 more times since. So I've been to Vegas like 3 times in the last year, basically.
I was twice. I was there once with the Waldorf band, college band, and I wasn't 21 yet. So me and Esther Lovrens walked around trying to find somebody to buy us liquor. And we found these 2 Mexican guys that were selling CDs on the sidewalk, and they agreed to buy us liquor if we bought their CDs.
Were they porno?
No, like they were rappers. Their name was the Money Go Getters.
Oh well, yeah, they had to just put out a new hit.
No.
That's awesome, man.
Dude, we were walking around the strip, and there was a guy with giant snakes. And there's pictures of me holding 3 fucking snakes. And I would never do that sober, but I was out of my mind. I was like, dude, I'll fucking hold them snakes right now.
That's crazy. He just had them out, like.
Yeah, man, he was just like not a street performer, but basically, you know. I was like, dude, and I felt bad because I didn't have any cash, so I couldn't get him any money. But he's like, no, I don't care, man. It's cool.
My
What if it was
brother.
thief that just left the zoo.
Huh? What? Say that again?
What if he was just like a thief that left the zoo, like a
And he had
burglar?
no control over him, and they killed me.
My
That'd be
brother had a friend that had a giant snake, and it was like one of my brother's roommates in college, and they would feed it live rabbits. They would just buy from like Petco. and I remember the people there that were selling the rabbits. I don't think that they intended them to be sold as like to be fed to snakes. They just intended to be sold as pets.
They were buying
but
pets to feed to the snake.
Yeah, but when he died, good night. But yeah, when the snake died, he put it in the freezer, like a deep freeze for a while.
Did he eat it?
No. It was like giant, dude. It was like 17 foot long. Something
That's
like
crazy,
crazy
man.
like that.
I don't know if this is true, but I read a story that some chick had this huge snake and she fucking slept with it. And she went and talked to somebody and she's like, yeah, it's getting like really cuddly with me and like kind of wrapping around me a little bit, you know, and whatever. And the dude is like, it's trying to get big enough and expanding itself enough to eat you.
Yeah.
And she was fucking sleeping with it, man. Like, first of all, why do you have a snake at all? Secondly, why do you have a snake that big? that it could fucking eat you. So I don't know how big it was, but that just freaked me out reading it. As if you watched the last episode, you know that I'm afraid of being eaten alive. So,
Yeah.
all right. I think this is a good time to stop it. Bjorn has to sleep or not sleep, but we should end it on a good note. Inspirational something like we did last time with the meaning of life. And I have nothing, so I'm definitely leaning on you guys. All right, Bjorn, let's go for it.
I think it was actually just a Facebook ad that came up, and it was just like a poster you could buy or a metal sign or something like that. But the phrase is "nobody cares, work harder," and it's like, yeah, every time like I want to complain about being tired, it's like, well, yeah, everybody's tired. Like everybody's tired. Like nobody cares that you're tired. Like even you guys, my best friends, you don't care that I'm tired. Like you know what it's like to be tired. It's just a thing. Like. So that's kind of been my mindset trying to go forward is like, nobody cares. Just work harder.
Hey, don't let me forget on Tuesday, I can wear pants.